Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. So we are going to get right into it. This is going to be a psychic sit down reading. So it's going to be about godly morale or the lack thereof in society and in this modern world, and whatever else spirit wants to bring through. But firstly they want to say that where there is an ascension, there will also be a descension. And they're also saying what is done in the dark or what is hidden will always come to light. What is done in the dark and what is hidden will always come to light. And then I was hearing this phrase, which is airing out your dirty laundry, which means to discuss or argue about private or unpleasant matters in front of others, which is what is going on in like the collective. I thought I saw a fly. I do not like flies. Anyway, I think that's like confirmation, because flies are seen as dirty. And it's like there's this dirtiness now that's in society. There's this dirtiness now that's in the Western world. And you know that phrase, cleanliness is next to godliness. And they want me to say here, like, I will not pray until I've washed. And I also don't like to leave the house until I've washed. For some reason, they want me to bring that up. Maybe some of you are the same way inclined. But they're saying that cleanliness is next to godliness, and how a lot of people are very dirty, and the fact they're just airing out their business, or the fact that things in society that were deemed as shameful or were kind of more hidden are now being pushed into the light. They're now being exposed. So like OnlyFans and things like this, and these apps where people are fulfilling other people's fetishes, I can't even say the word fetish. They're like fulfilling, and I'm hearing the word like pervert. So you don't even know these people. You don't know what these people are about, but you're sending them photos of your body, of yourself, or you're sending them messages. You're engaging, exchanging energy with this person. It doesn't matter if it's through a screen. You're still exchanging energy with these people. A lot of these people are very dirty. And again, they're saying like pervert. You don't know who these people are behind a screen. But it's like it's now more acceptable in society to be doing this. And to be doing these things, and to kind of like sell your dignity or sell your soul, they're saying, just for money, just for material items. So we are going to get into the reading. They wanted me to start with the Divine Doors deck. So usually this is the kind of little, like a small message I would get towards the end of the reading, but they want to start with this. And I feel like that is a confirmation, because we are at the end of the cycle. We're moving into a new chapter. But as we move into the new cycle and the new chapter, a lot of things still need to be brought up to light, so we can get to the root and so we can face them. So the two cards that have come out here, the first message is Three-eyed raven, as sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. And it says, prepare for the unexpected. And it has this beautiful door. And I'm kind of seeing like eyes up here. I'm seeing eyes, and then I'm also seeing a third eye. That's what it looks like. And I'm also seeing a dragon's eye. And I know that we are in the we're in the year of the wood dragon. But obviously now it's moving towards the end of the year of the wood dragon. And then it's just got that message on the back. But ravens are significant. Eyes are significant, particularly when it comes to images of like psychic eyes. So some of you might be seeing images, you know, where it's got the two eyes and the third eye that is also open here. You might be seeing a lot of these memes or a lot of these pictures everywhere. It might just be popping up when you're going on your social media. But it's also spirit asking us to see, not just with our human eyes, but to see with our spiritual eyes. Is when you're not seeing with your spiritual eye, this is where you can lack in godly morale. This is where you can sweep things under the rug. This is where you can repress things or turn a blind eye to stuff you're seeing that you know is wrong. And if you're seeing something you know is wrong, you need to have the courage and the strength to call it out. I'm hearing call people out on their bullshit. Call it out. We have blessed this space. Your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. And this one has like it's like a brick wall or a brick door leading to like a temple, it looks like a sacred temple. And again, I'm just imagining like how the light will still get through all of the cracks that are in these bricks here and stream through. And this is what I'm seeing. It's like light is streaming through into dark places, into caves, into the caves of society, into the caves of collective. The light is streaming through, and it's going right into the nooks and crannies now. And everything is being exposed. Do you want one more? One more. Thank you. So we have here patience, everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Pass this card on, so it just means pass the message on. But it's literally confirming what I just channeled, that everything right now is coming to light. I feel like I have like a spot coming up here. So maybe you guys feel like you could have a spot right now, or feel like you have a spot coming. This is just the physical body pushing toxins out. And that's how the skin works. When you do have spots or blemishes, you just know that your skin is working for you, because it's the biggest organ in the body, because it covers all of the vessel. It keeps all of your organs safe and intact. And it pushes out toxins through spots and sometimes through rashes and things like that. Obviously, sometimes you want to get it checked out, because it can mean that there's something wrong and your skin is talking to you and screaming at you and telling you that something's wrong. There's something coming up here about spots. Maybe some of you suffered with like acne or eczema or porosis, things like that in the past, or maybe you still do. And maybe that cycle of you like working and clearing your skin is really it's really coming to an end now. When you do get closer to yourself and you do get closer to God, this does usually shine through your face and through your skin. Like your skin should be clearing up. It will look more clear. It will have that glow to it, that youthful glow to it. That's coming through for someone, that message. What else, Spirit, do the collective need to hear right now? What else, Spirit? And it's like people who are like starting podcasts or are saying like very outlandish things that are connected to very adult themes, and they're very, very young. A lot of them haven't even had these experiences. It's like people are just speaking. They're just chatting crap. They're just saying outlandish things just to get a reaction, just to get clout, just to get views. That sort of energy that's coming through. It's like you almost have to be that way inclined. You almost have to be like dirty in order to get attention, in order to get validation. Or this is what people think. This is what a lot of the youth think, because they don't have proper leadership. They don't have a proper connection to themselves and to the Most High. We have 8 of Wands. There is a movement here happening. I do feel like a lot of Gen Z are seeing through this now. Because it's Gen Z and the Millennial generation that are being affected by this the most. And you've got the older generations who are kind of looking down at like, back in my day, we wouldn't have done this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but it's the older generations that have raised the younger generations, do you know what I mean? So there's obviously something there that has gone wrong. And again, I'm just getting a repression and kind of like a passiveness. A repression and a passiveness that's coming from the older generations. So when you have repression and when you have passive energy, it doesn't really coincide with leadership, does it? So it's like the younger generations weren't led and weren't guided properly. And then that leaves them very, very vulnerable and very open to being confused and very, I'm hearing uncontrollable. But also it leaves you very open on a spiritual level. It leaves you very open when it comes to your aura. So the younger generations won't have as much of a spiritual armor, which is why my spirit guides always say to me, they've been saying it for years, pick up your spiritual tools and fight. Pick up your spiritual tools and fight. Obviously by that they mean your spiritual discipline, they mean praying, they mean protecting yourself in the physical and in the spiritual, they mean getting closer and closer to yourself, coming home to self and coming home to God. But we have the 8 of Wands, so there is huge movement going on. I do feel like that they were saying Gen Z is waking up. I feel like a lot of millennials have been doing the inner work, been doing the shadow work and have been laying down the foundations. And the Gen Z are also doing very, very similar work. It's like we're intertwined. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing like members of the millennial generation, members of the Gen Z generation coming together. And it's like we're all like putting our staffs together like, okay, let's do this. What else, Spirit? So all of this deviance has to come to the forefront, has to come to light in order for it to be faced. If we keep repressing it, things are just going to get worse. But that's what it can look like at first, that things are getting worse because it's all coming to light. But it was always there in the background, behind the scenes, in the shadows, hidden. We have 10 of Wands. Yeah, look. It's like an end of a cycle. And this is what this movement is ushering in. The end of things as we know them, I'm hearing. The end of things as we know them. And a lot of you have been doing the work to really only take what you need. So you've been dropping a lot of baggage, both in the physical and the spiritual and energetically. So this means that baggage, any pain, trauma, hurt that you've been holding in your heart and in your psyche, you've really been facing it now and releasing it and letting it go. Because you know it's just weighing you down. You know it's just causing your heart to be very, very heavy. A lot of you are seeing all of this destruction, all of this chaos, and how a lot of people are very comfortable now. They keep giving the word dirty, very comfortable in being dirty, Very comfortable in being hateful and being hurtful, harmful, disrespectful, and rude to other people. You don't want to be that way inclined at all. You don't want anything to do with it. You want to be clean, you want to be light, you want to be of service, both to yourself, to those you love, but to other people out in this world. So you're literally dropping off your baggage, you're packing your things up, and you're only taking what you need. Some of you could be moving. I'm hearing, because I'm just hearing and seeing the word destination. So you could be moving to a whole new destination. Maybe you're moving abroad. Maybe it's just another part of the country or county I'm hearing that you come from. There's a lot of movement going on. And obviously when things are coming to light and they're being exposed, that's because there's a lot of activity going on in the spirit world. And we all know right now we're at the peak of a spiritual war. World War III, I'm hearing. We have the Lovers, yeah. I'm just getting that this is a lot to do with the younger generations coming together and working together. And seeing the similarities that are in both generations. And where we were failed and where we were misguided. And where we've had to unlearn certain patterns and illusions in this world. And what we've been taught is the way to go, was how you should be doing things. And there are a lot of divine counterparts. A lot of unions are coming together. This is both platonic and romantic. A lot of divine counterparts and a lot of soul tribes are going to be finding each other, particularly in 2025. Some of you could have tattoos, or maybe the person that you're going to meet is going to be very, very significant to your path. And I'm hearing they're going to assist you in getting closer and closer to your heart and closer to God. And this is what you want. You want to be surrounded by people now who are going to lead you closer to God and also closer to yourself. But they could have tattoos, like tribal tattoos, some of them, maybe on their shoulder, on their back, on their arm, and on their hands. You know, sometimes people will have initials as well, like tribal tattoos on their hand. It could also be henna that I'm seeing with the hand. They could have dreads, you could have dreads. But also, again, hair represents the antenna and being connected to your higher self and to the divine. And see how her hair is going up towards the heavens, but it's also going up towards this man. Towards this member of her soul tribe, towards this divine counterpart. And this is how you will know that people are for you, because everything about your physical body will be screaming yes, but also your mind and your soul, because you'll be in that resonance. It's a deep resonance. I'm hearing that also that you'll feel comfortable in being silent with these people. You won't always need to be filling the void. You won't always need to be speaking. I'm hearing chitter chatter. So maybe you've been around people in the past who are very gossipy, who just constantly needed to speak. And sometimes you just want to be silent and you want to just be. And I feel like a lot of these people that are coming in for you guys will be quite detached. They're not going to be clingy. They're not going to be needy. And I feel like you're that way inclined. I'm not saying people who don't know how to give affection, don't know how to express themselves and communicate and be there for someone, but they just have this air of detachment where they're okay with just being with just themselves. And you're going to want that particularly if it's two single people, you're coming together and you're going into a relationship. You first need to be whole with yourself and be grounded and loving in yourself and be okay being alone before you come into union with someone else, because you don't want any codependency there. We have judgment. Yeah, so there's a lot of judgment going on in society right now. I can just I'm seeing, you know that meme where people will say like God is watching you, and it'll just be someone watching something they shouldn't necessarily be laughing at, and they're about to laugh, and then Jesus just pops up and he's kind of just staring. And then so I'm seeing that reel and that meme coming through. So a lot of you may be saying to yourself like, hey, God is watching, my ancestors are watching. I need to be doing the right thing. I need to be walking that path that is more connected to righteousness. And this is what is going on with society as well. Because I'm now seeing like comments on like Instagram comments where, you know, sometimes people on Instagram comments on certain reels can be quite ruthless. And I'm seeing someone comment like, some of these comments are going to lead me to hell, or like some of you are going to hell. It's like that sort of thing of judging each other. But what I'm seeing, what they were showing me, that was more to do with like humor. That was more funny. But obviously there is a judgment going on. And they do say when it comes to humor, when it comes to jokes, there is truth in that. They say if you want to tell the truth, become a comedian. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe some of you are comedians, or this is how you tell the truth. You like to make other people laugh, and then you'll throw like truth in there, particularly like heavy subjects. You'll mix it in with humor. Because when people are laughing, they're opening up, they're becoming more vulnerable, so you can get through to them more. Whereas when people are very stoic and they're very serious, it's harder to get through to them. And what's harder to reach the heart. We have the Hanged Man. So this is seen from a different perspective. And I'm seeing younger people, I'm seeing teenagers, and they're like working out different coding. I'm hearing Da Vinci, but I do feel like a lot of teenagers, a lot of these younger generations, like Gen Z and Generation Alpha, they do hold new coding that is going to usher in the new dawn. That's going to usher in people being more connected to Christ consciousness and walking that middle ground, that middle path. So they're the bridge. They're going to bridge the gap. They're the bridge for younger generations. What else, Spirit? These two? No. So we have here 2 of Wands. And I'm just, yeah, look, you see there's a camper van and there's a globe. So I feel like a lot of you are moving. Maybe you have this dream of going travelling. You just want to travel around in a van. You want to go to different destinations. I'm just seeing someone, it's like you've got a map on your wall and you've got different pins in it of where you want to go. And I feel like some of you are doing this and you're pinning like ley lines, or you're pinning certain sacred sites, you're pinning certain temples you want to visit. And as you're doing it, it's like you're putting a string on it as well. And it's like it's making a certain shape, a certain geometric shape. So a lot of you are working out coding that is connected to the planet and that is weaved into the fabric of the divine orchestration itself. Weaved into the fabric of creation itself, I'm hearing. There's a lot of wand energy coming through, so this is movement. And again, when it comes to exposure and things coming to light, obviously there's so much movement in the spiritual world at the moment, which is why things had been very, very heavy the past 3 weeks. I was feeling a heaviness, and I wasn't feeling that myself. And I feel like some of you would have been tapping into feeling that heaviness as well. And I do feel like it's starting to subside a bit. But obviously there's still a lot going on, but it will subside in order to give us a break, in order to give people a break. Otherwise you get too overwhelmed and you can't really do anything. You can't be doing the inner work. You can't integrate because you're too overwhelmed. And obviously God and Spirit don't want us to be overwhelmed. They want us to get to the root. They want us to work through this so we can move on up in consciousness. We have here the King of Swords and the 2 of Cups, and these two fell out together. Got 2 of Cups and King of Swords. So this is that confirmation of soul tribes, of unions coming in together, left, right and centre. And I'm hearing chosen. So these are chosen unions. These are chosen divine counterparts that God is bringing people together. And they're saying both romantic and platonic. Romantic and platonic. So if you're already in partnerships, you're going to be meeting friends who become family. It's that family that you choose. You're going to be meeting more of your soul tribe. And you're not just coming together just to be friends, just to have a good time. You're coming together because you're supposed to be assisting each other in unlocking new codes within yourself that are connected to, I'm hearing ancient. I'm seeing the word ancient. That is connected to the ancientness of your soul and of this realm. But you're supposed to come together because you're supposed to like be a catalyst to each other. Because you're here to do your mission and to do God's work. And the King of Swords represents truth. I always see the sword suit as Archangel Michael. And this is the energy that I'm seeing that this masculine holds. The energy of Archangel Michael. And now I'm being reminded by Archangel Michael. He said to me quite a few years back, he was talking about my divine counterpart, like my life partner. He was like, you will know him by me. At the first, I didn't really understand what he meant. I was like, I don't know what you look like. How am I gonna know when the right person comes in? And he just repeated, you will know him by me. And obviously he meant by his energy. Archangel Michael holds the sword of truth and the divine shield. And he is God's right hand man. He is the archangel who's known for protection. That is coming through. So maybe some of you are about to meet someone who does hold that similar energy to Archangel Michael. They just feel safe and they feel like home, and you know that you can lean into them. Which deck next, Spirit? This one? Okay. What do the collective need to hear right now? I don't use this deck much, so it's kind of... I got it years ago, but it's all stuck together. And with that, they're saying there's like a stickiness. Like the stickiness is being cleared now. What else, Spirit? Can I get one card from this deck, please? I might have to choose it. One card from this deck, please. This one. This one says, I am open to love in various forms. And that's the thing, they kept saying romantic and platonic. That is coming in for a lot of you, romantic and platonic. So a lot of you are about to meet your family. Your family where you're connected at a soul level. Your family where you know each other in the astral realm. You could be dreaming of these people before you meet them. You could be dreaming of people that you haven't met yet, and you just know that you're supposed to meet them in the physical, and you will. There's like this inner knowing you're going to meet these people you keep dreaming of. But you're also receiving your flowers. Some of you may change your physical appearance. You may change your hair. It's like you want to drop the dead weight. So where you're doing that work and you're dropping the baggage, I feel like you're also switching up your physical appearance, how you look. You're taking care of yourself in different ways. I'm hearing in more evolved ways. Well, they want me to look up the meaning of this card in the book. I'm just going to pause a second. Okay, found the page. They want me to read it out. It is number 27, by the way. So 27 may be significant to some of you guys. Maybe you are 27, or maybe you were 27 when you met your significant partner. But I'm going to read out the meaning of this card. So it says, modern society tends to view finding love as one of the great pillars of achievement within a lifetime. A milestone and a miracle. So much emphasis is placed on this highlight of the human experience as a catalyst of completion. Some may go as far to say that when our one true love is found, so will we. However, love is something that is elemental, ever-present, and entangled in many different forms and feelings. The simplest and most complex seed of creative force, the various forms of love within a lifetime, are infinitely evolving action, motion, subject, object, and understanding. Love is something that can be found and can become us. It is a being and a doing and an indivisible invisible that takes its root in the heart. Love's formless form can embody into fleeting treasures of feeling within time, and the reflections of love's light are experienced as refractions of reality's rainbow. Love can present itself as a touch, a tenderness, a kiss, or a caress. It is a nostalgic wave of memories from childhood or simpler times. And then it goes on to say, it is a connection with a friend, lover, child, or pet. Love can be felt for moments you've moved through. Love is an instinct, it is a present for the family born to you by bloodline and beyond. Love is an act of cultivation and can be nurtured for your chosen family who is bound to you by chance and conscious creation. Love can transform our vision of life, death, and the spaces in between dreams. Love is the sum of life's parts, both the median and the mean. It is the sun, moon, stars of the cosmos within the heart. It is not something that is meant to complete you. It is the canvas of the human art. Embracing I am open to love in various forms is about understanding, remembering, and embodying love's elements and transitions. It is the root. It is the deep connection to love as an awareness to become and detachment from love as a prize to be won or a thing to attain. While soulmates may be found along the path into being, the idealized human understands that each soul met is a match to the spirit of this embodied ideal, and love is the superlative state of matter imbued with meaning. Interesting. They wanted me to read that out for you guys. And I'll just show you the card again. Some of you could have blonde hair, or if you have some seeing braids as well, like an ombre braids, you could have ombre braids, or you're about to meet someone who's got blonde hair. But I feel like as well, some people that you will meet have that energy of Leo. So they like to be in the spotlight. They like to have attention on them, but they also have this bright light. They also they have this energy that makes other people drawn to them and makes other people want to look at them and want to be around them. This could also be you guys. I feel like you're coming more into friendships and connections with people who just have this godly way of being and this godly light, and it shines through and you can see it, you can feel it, you can taste it when you're around this person. It's those people that walk into a room, they literally light up the room. It's those people that walk into a room and they can change the energy of the room for good or for bad. They're very powerful. What else, Spirit? They wanted me to go back to when I was hearing sticky. And there's somebody that I follow on Instagram. She is called House of Hoodoo. And she's always putting up gems of wisdom on her stories. And she said something the other day. I feel like sticky was coming through. Yeah, this. I'll just read this out to you guys as well. So it said, I've been asked before if I believe Earth is a prison planet. My answer is no. Earth is not a prison planet. Souls imprison themselves to this planet by forgetting they are souls having a human experience, by becoming attached to the human experience, by creating a false identity based on their human experience, by refusing to evolve. To those souls, Earth becomes a prison because in order to leave Earth, you must graduate. Until you graduate, you'll continue coming here. Earth makes you a master. Once you gain your master's degree, you move on to higher experiences, higher realms. You can choose to come back. Many who choose to come back do so to help others who are stuck here. Being human is very sticky. You aren't supposed to graduate through one lifetime, it takes a few. But some souls stay here longer than they should because they are unconsciously choosing not to evolve. The human experience is sticky and tricky, full of deception. But this is where diamonds are made. So she's called House of Hoodoo on Instagram. But she always puts up a lot of wisdom in her stories. So I shared what she said there onto my story on Instagram. But I do feel like that is a confirmation of where things are coming to a head, are coming to a close. So obviously, you've got those people who choosing time and time again, not just this lifetime, but previous lifetimes, not to evolve. And these are people who are running around causing chaos. These are the people who are running around causing chaos, who are making life harder, or causing adversity to people around them who are choosing to ascend. But obviously, they're just playing their role and they're playing their part in the divine orchestration. But it's becoming easier and easier to see these people, to see these agents of chaos, because obviously people always reveal their hand. You can see who people are in their eyes, but I'm hearing people will always reveal their hand. So you're seeing people revealing who they are right now. That's too many. Can I get one card from this deck, please, Spirit? But they're saying to have your wits about you and to see who people are when they show you the first time. Don't ignore red flags. Particularly when it comes to your very close connections, your close circle, don't ignore red flags. They're saying people should always lead you closer to home, closer to yourself and closer to God. We have planetary wave, soul mission, trust the inner call, soul team. Yeah. So a lot of people in the collective are connecting to the elder that lives within them. I'm hearing that you're connecting to the elder, the guru and the messiah that lives within you. And a lot of people are learning now to trust themselves. And unfortunately, you learned to trust yourself because you kept having people stab you in the back. You kept having people who you trusted who then broke that trust, who betrayed you. And they're saying here to remember that for somebody to betray you, they have to first betray themselves. So people are out here betraying other people because they're also betraying themselves. But you just have this desire to reach this enlightenment, to be at one and be at peace with yourself. So you can share any gems of wisdom I'm hearing that you hold within you. Because everybody has a story and everybody's a piece of the puzzle. So where you're becoming more connected with yourself and your own inner guru, you will stop looking at other people as a guru. You will stop putting other people on a pedestal. Because we weren't born, we don't come here to put other people on a pedestal. You come here to come home to yourself and remember that you are a soul having a human experience. And remember where your soul has been before, why your soul came here in this present moment, and where your soul needs to go in the future. That's the focus that you should have. We have here thank you, gratitude, appreciation, appreciating what's sustaining you. So a lot of you hearing like a diamond activation, a diamond energy. So a lot of you are walking through this new gateway. And this gateway and this portal is like, it's within you. It's not outside of you. It's not outside of you like here in the universe, or it's God opening this portal for you. It's you have opened up this portal and this gateway within yourself because of the work that you've been doing. A lot of you have been feeling much more at peace. You've been focusing more and more on your spiritual discipline, but you've been focusing more and more on yourself and just being. And if you haven't, you're being called to do that because this is going to bring you into peace and it's going to activate you at new levels. A lot of you could have a lot of pinks in your auric field. I'm hearing dolphin. You could be seeing images of dolphins everywhere. Maybe you've had dreams to go swimming with dolphins. Or maybe those of you that are looking to travel or move destinations, maybe you will see dolphins in the sea while you're on your travels. This deck. Okay, what do the collective need to hear right now, Spirit? These three? Nope. What do the collective need to hear right now, Spirit? This one tried to come out the first time as it was obviously supposed to be here. It says temptation, moral compass, and literally is what we were talking about. And it's got the monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. But this is where people haven't been living by this truth. And you see in the background, it has a cross in the background. But a lot of people haven't been living by this truth. They haven't been living by many truths I'm hearing. They haven't even been living by their own truth, let alone being connected to the Most High and to God. But this is what is igniting in society, in modern society. It's this spark and it's this flame of the divine that's now being ignited. And people are waking up and realizing. And some people, as they're waking up, it will be very painful because they're going to realize the mistakes. Or I'm hearing like dignity, where they sold out on their own dignity. And it's like there's floods of all these emotions that are hitting these people. And Spirit are saying and reminding you that emotions are very fleeting. So you want to sit with these emotions. Allow them to come to the surface. Allow yourself to feel them. Allow them to die off, they're saying. Allow them to die off. And then you'll need to move through the stages of grief. I'm hearing sex work. So this could be people who worked in the adult entertainment industry and worked in that industry, and you're working through layers of healing and connecting. This is connected to morale, and this is connected to dignity. But in the collective as well, this is what we're all working through, which is why like OnlyFans is a thing, basically. I mean, look how many people have it and use it for that reason. Because I know you can use it for other reasons. I know that there's some like psychics who use it and they do readings on there. But a lot of people are using it for the other reason. And that is what is coming through, because it's as if it's being accepted. It's not that it's being accepted, it's now coming into light. So people need to first accept it in order to work through it and then release. And that's what's happening right now. It's like we're in that stage of accepting. Like this is where we've gone wrong, and this is where we've messed up, and this is where people have fallen into temptation. This is where people have been swayed by temptation, by hearing like quick gratification or a quick fix. Because I know a lot of people turn to this sort of thing in order to get, I'm hearing a quick buck. So in order to get quick money. And again, it's that focus on the material, and that's that focus on money being worth more than human life, or being worth more than dignity, and it's not. We had Joseph of Arimathea, trailblaze and innovative. Don't know if I said that properly. This is that staff, you know, I was talking about the staff earlier. Where is it? Here, the 8 of Wands. This is the staff I'm seeing from this card, where they were talking about millennials and Gen Z coming together and putting our staffs together. And look how they're all lit up with that spark of the divine, with that spark of God. And this is that staff here, but now it's got, look, see how it's got flowers on it. It's blooming. So by working together, by coming together, by being unified, this is how we bloom. And this is how the masculine heals, because staffs are connected to the divine masculine. They're connected to the phallus. So this is how the masculine heals. And now I'm just seeing like a lot of, you know, like the alpha male podcasters, the red pill community is like flashing up in my head. And obviously that is similar to feminism. They're part of the same spectrum, just opposite ends of the spectrum. And that's what needs healing, because that's also causing that conflict within men and women. And particularly we don't want men and women separated, because God created us to work together. God created us to go together. God created us to make life together. And we have here Holy Grail, sacred union. Yeah, look. It's the coming together of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I'm hearing saving grace. We are each other's saving grace. Do you want any more from this deck, Spirit? The bottom of the deck says song, celebrate and express yourself. And this is what happens when you have the union within yourself, when the divine masculine and feminine within yourself is unified in an embrace. This is when you tap and you connect to your inner child. This is where you can dance more freely. This is where you can live more freely, because you're speaking the language and living from the language of your heart. You don't have that stoicness or that seriousness. You can move into being more free and being wild and being more connected to your soul and being more connected to your truth, but also the truth of life itself. This is what's coming through, and it's like the drum. Mother Earth is beating her drum, and as she beats her drum, it beats all of our hearts, and we all wake up to who we truly are and what we truly want out of this life, and where humanity needs to be going, which path humanity needs to be taken now. There is a lot. They want me to show you this card again. There is a lot of unions coming together, both romantic, so divine counterparts coming together, but there's a lot of soul tribes of people from the same soul tribes who will have the same mission, who are coming together to complete their mission. This deck. Okay. What else, Spirit? Can I get a few cards from this deck, please, for the collective? What else, Spirit, do the collective need to hear right now? Two of Keys, the treasure, yeah. And look how he's in the room, but there's light behind. There's also the moon you can see in the window. So again, I'm getting a divine spark. There's a huge divine spark and a light bulb moment that's going on within people personally, but also collectively. And we're all tapping into the Holy Grail. I keep hearing the Holy Grail. We're tapping into it now. So although things are looking very chaotic, are looking very messy, because look at this room. It's going to be completely turned up and turned over, because obviously he's looking for the treasure. And Spirit is saying the treasure lives within inside you. The Holy Grail lives within inside you. I'm hearing the Fountain of Youth. The Fountain of Youth lives within you. So those of you, maybe if you're worried about your physical appearance, or you're having trouble in aging gracefully, they're saying the more you are connected to self, the more you are connected to your heart and to God, the more youth will shine through you. And you will see this youth when you look in the mirror. Instead of focusing on how your body or how your face doesn't look anymore, instead of focusing on any wrinkles or any creases you may have. And they do say, like, when you have creases in the face, when you have creases, like particularly around the eyes, it shows expression. What else, Spirit? We have Angel Raphael. Love that. Angel Raphael is connected to the heart, and I love how the heart is lit up and also the hand is lit up. And you know that saying of wearing your heart on your sleeve? That is coming through, wearing your heart on your sleeve. And there's song lyrics by, it's called Mike Righteous. There's song lyrics by Mike Righteous coming through. And he speaks about, I forget what the lyrics are, but they're talking about wearing his heart on his sleeve. And then he's saying he picks it back in its chest. Because that's where the treasure is kept. Put it back in my chest, because that's where the treasure is kept. That's what they're saying. So the treasure is kept in your heart. There's huge heart activations going on. This is where that diamond activation is coming from. It's coming from the heart being cracked wide open, both personally and in the collective. And you see the number 8. The number 8 is connected to wealth. The number 8 is connected to karma. It also looks like the infinity symbol. So more and more people are waking up to the fact that we are infinite. We are infinite beings. And we don't die. We transition. You pass over back home, back to spirit. You just move. Energy doesn't die. It moves and it can transform. It can change, but it doesn't die. And people are waking up to this truth here. When you do wake up to that truth, you find it easier to go through the death and rebirth process. It becomes easier to surrender when you're being asked to surrender. And we're constantly going through death and rebirth. We're constantly being reborn. But there's a lot going on right now energetically and spiritually. And I know everyone can feel it. It is a lot. So it is quite heavy on the heart. So this is where they keep speaking about the heart and coming home to self, to your heart, to ease some of this heaviness. I'm going to move on to this deck here. Can I just get one card from this deck, please, Spirit? One card from this deck, please. What do the collective need to hear? We have wisdom. Love that. I love how this card, it's called Wisdom, it's connected to the marine kingdom, to the water element, and it has a mermaid, who a lot of people do believe are actually real and are not a myth. But this is the thing, there's a lot of myths, things that we've been taught as myths that are actually true, that are being exposed and that are coming to light. But I just see all this colour and this joy that is connected to wisdom. So the more you're connecting to the gems that exist within you, the more you come into joy, the more you come into that blissful energy, and the more you can be vulnerable, more connected to your inner child, and be more light-hearted as you move through life. The more you connect to your inner wisdom, and the more you connect to the wisdom of God, wisdom from God, because there's a lot of downloads and a lot of coding that's coming from God right now. The more you connect to this wisdom of the Most High and of yourself, the more you will feel free, and the more you can live more freely. And remember that you too have a story to tell, and we have at the back of the deck openness. And this is what is happening in the collective. People are becoming cracked open, but you're becoming more open. More open and more aware, more connected to the right things. Because you can be open to the wrong things. You can be open to lower level entities and energies, and you don't want that. You want to be open to the divine, to the Most High, to your ancestors of your highest good and highest possible path. I'm going to finish off with a poem from my deck. So what poems do the collective need to hear right now, please, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, so this one says, uprooting occurs when it's time to fly. God wants us to reach higher heights. Quit moping around. Your soul tribe won't connect to such an ugly sound. Play to the beat of your own drum. That'll have them humming along. The sun is rising over a meadow. Ground, release, let go. The storm is about to pass. Hip, hip, hooray, I can hear spirit say. Looking through transcendent glass. Freedom belongs to those who dream in colour. An inner and outer glow can withstand any low blow. Just keep your protection up, and when you see butterflies, it's time to let old parts of you die. To really take flight, you've got to pack real light. I feel like that sums up the reading beautifully. And that was coming through in the beginning, that a lot of you have been working through a lot of baggage, and you're dropping all this baggage now. And when you do drop that baggage, it's where you feel free. It's where you feel lighter. You may even notice that your physicality, you might not even be working out that much, but you may notice that when you drop that energetic baggage, you're dropping a weight off of your physical body, or your physical body is just changing. And there's something about your expression, the physical body, that is coming through. So a lot of people may be kind of looking, people who know you may be taking like double takes. It's just because more of the God in you is coming to the surface. More of the God in you can now come to the surface, express itself and shine through. And if that hasn't happened yet, that is about to happen for a lot of you. So don't give up at the last hurdle. You need to keep pushing. You need to keep rising. You need to keep going. Is that it, Spirit? Asking for one more. Okay, can I get one more poem? One more poem. Okay, this one says, yin and yang is where it all began. Rumour has it starting with the Big Bang. Legend tells its origin as light and dark, once intertwined, were torn apart. A little piece of both was left in the other half. They would only come together when realising the next part. Everything in existence is already whole. Mirrors are a reflection to learn and to grow. With each realization, an illusion shatters. Roots dig deep with all forming matter. The sun and the moon came into an embrace. Rumor has it ending with a sunset. Legend tells the beginning as a solar. I wanted to say solar eclipse. Lunar tells the beginning as a lunar eclipse. So it says lunar eclipse. But this is just confirming to me the amount of unions that are coming together, the amount of soul tribes are coming together, because God is calling all of his children to be unified and to be working together now, because we need to be on the front lines. But that is all the messages that is coming through for you guys. I hope that did resonate with someone out there, and I will see you in my next video.